Why do I have a 10:28 alarm? I wasn't asleep. It's because this is where I start collecting evidence. 2 hours before the load starts, I want to be sure that the load is still in my upcoming queue, which it is. And I also want to be sure that if I go over to the app side, that was the website, I want to be sure if I go over to the app side and I swipe down, that it's still in there. So that way, if it does get canceled, I'm at least guaranteed a Tonu. What is that saying about best laid plans? Man, so I thought for sure I'd get up here and at least get a trailer going down there. What I didn't anticipate on, I got here and I for sure was the fifth truck. The person inside checked me and they're like, I don't know why they send you guys all at the same time. I absolutely think this was a mistake on Amazon's AI booking side. But where it is, I mean, I got my Y check in. What you doing, Lou? Hey, you gotta be a good boy. I got my Y check-in here due here at 12:28, got here at 12:16. I'm supposed to depart at 12:59. I do not think there are the first guy left with a trailer. There's still 4 trucks ahead of me. It's 12:31 right now, so there's no chance that I'm going to get a trailer. I think this whole thing's going to get canceled. I think I drove up to Powwave. Probably I'm going to get the 175 Tonu, unless after saying that there's no empties, they advance this and have me, bobtail back down to Otay. I hate it when that happens because it's like half the time they'll say like, oh yeah, you did your part, we'll pay you for the whole thing. If they cancel it at that point, then I drove down to Otay and still get the same 175. So if it's canceled, I hope the whole thing's canceled here. Highly unlikely I'm going to get a trailer here in the next like half hour. But took Lou for a little walk. He came back. He's a little rambunctious right now. He's settling in. This is like his last hurrah before he goes to sleep. And he's just kind of messing around. Am I ready to say that Amazon's back online? We've been seeing some pretty good rates. No, don't do that. See, this is his last hurrah. This is why sometimes you're difficult if I'm filming. But you're a good boy. But you're difficult sometimes. Am I ready to say Amazon's back online? We've been seeing some pretty decent rates the last couple of days, but I think that that's just kind of like the remnants of this little spring sale they had. I've been around for 2 Prime days. I've been around for 2 holidays. This is their first time. What are you going to do? This is their first time doing the spring sale, and I know it ended on Monday. Am I ready to say that, like, hey, now's the good time to jump into Amazon, rates are back? I'm not ready to say that yet. Talk to me in like 10 to 14 days. Let's see how this plays out, because I think right now the rates we're seeing are just like kind of the fallout, what's left over from that. If it stays like this, hey, I'll be the first one to say Amazon's back. If in 10 days it goes back to $1.50 a mile rates all over the Southwest, then no, it's still, Amazon's going to get moved back to being a tool in the tool belt rather than the tool in the tool belt. So, waiting to see on that. But I did get 3 calls. It's funny, my last video was on Spot Capacity talking about getting on their radar. I did get 3 calls today from ROC, brokerage. One was at what time did those come in? I got one, ooh, that hurts. I got one at 5:03 incoming call. I got another one at 6:17. I turned both of those down. I started a corned beef yesterday. I had it left over from St. Patrick's Day and forgot about it. I was cleaning out the fridge and saw it sitting there and it was like, I gotta make this. I absolutely have to make this. So that thing had been in the house cooking all day and the corned beef just wasn't ready. So I respectfully declined their first 2 offers. And then they called me with something else at like 9. Last incoming call from them was 9:29. So I like that I'm back on their radar, but I may just be back on their radar temporarily because of the spring sale thing. So more to come on that. Waiting to see next 25 minutes if I get a trailer or not and see what's going to happen next. So I'm flattered sometimes when people are like, man, you seem like you know what's going on with Amazon Relay. I only know what I know because I've ended up in like all these weird situations before. I got one right now. Fortunately got a trailer up at DSD8, just pulled out of their lot, safety inspected it, went to attach it, and my screen is stuck at no trailer available. Now, I just did a callback from ROC, just hung up with them. I verbally gave him the trailer number. He goes, oh yeah, I see it's attached. Head on down to Sand 5. The problem with that is my screen's going to be stuck at this screen, I suspect, all night. So I'm going to get to Sand 5. They're going to be like, oh, you never, this is going to be like, you weren't using the app, or it's just something. It's always something. It's like, this is where I have that pit in my stomach where it's like, okay, what did I get myself into tonight? I mean, I've done everything right. The stupid app is hung up on this. No trailer available, even though I have it attached. The gentleman told me to uninstall the app, so I'm just going to do that. Remove app, delete app, yes. And obviously right now I'm not using the app, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, between 103 and 105 you weren't using the app. It's like, yeah, I uninstalled it as instructed. Relay Amazon, if I could spell. Maybe I need to type Amazon first. Amazon. This is one of those things, if you're just starting out with Amazon, find as many people out there making videos of like problems with Amazon Relay, because if tonight were my first night and I didn't know anything and the guy just told me on the phone, drive back down to Otay, that's exactly what I would be doing. How would I know to do all this stuff? And as far as documenting, I know that already. I mean, I suspect this is going to go to a performance dispute, and it's just going to be a whole thing. Let me see here. What is my check-in time at Sand 5? Because see, all of this stuff too takes time, waiting for the callback and everything like that. Let's just see here. Trips. I'm curious to see if they attached this trailer number to my in-transit trips. Let's just see. So I am due, you're a good boy, Lou. I am due from Poway down at Sand 5 at 1:59. I can make that. Let's see if they have... Okay, so this trailer that ends 5063 is the trailer number I gave the gentleman on the phone. So that at least, I'm hopeful about that. But let's see, Sand 5, arrive. You'd think I'd know how to read this by now. Okay, depart here at 12:59. It's 1:05. Sand 5, arrive, schedule is 1:59. So I still have, I got about 55 minutes to do it. I like that I see the trailer ID in there. Let me re-log into my Relay account. United States. Oh, allow. I'll need to change that. I hit the wrong button. Sign in. See my face. Sign in. It'd be a miracle if this thing just works. Solve the puzzle to protect your account. I hate these. Let's play a game. Let's see if I played the game right. Notifications, turn on, allow, precise location, edit settings. Here we go. So I can edit them here. Location, always precise location on. That's how they want it. That's fine. Resume work. Moment of truth. No trailer available. Yeah. All right. Gonna book it down to Sand 5. I got 54 minutes to get there. 41 miles to go. Lou, go get in that seat, buddy. We on. Absolutely coming in hot here to Sand 5. Due here at 1:59. It is 1:53. I'm gonna have to get out. Normally this is one of those sites you call up to. App is still hung up. Coming down here, I was I'm like beside myself right now, just because it's like I know what this little mistake on Amazon's part is going to cost me, as far as like, you know, performance disputes involved, potential. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, this is always like I hate it when this happens in the night. But what I'm going to do, it's kind of funny. One of the things they grade us on is your app usage. And what do you do when the app just doesn't work? It's just it's frustrating. But let's just see. One thing I want to check here. On the next truck to check in, Sand 5. Yeah, see, they don't even have, like, there's different arrival times on here. Let me hit the screen record on this. So, like, you can see that, like, at Poway, I hit the mobile geofence at 12:10, and then I didn't get checked in by a person until 12:16. That's when you take your phone up. If you're not familiar with it, if you know about Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. For the people who, if this is new to you, you go in, they scan your phone, and them scanning it is your actual Y check-in. So I was hoping, even though I have the app running and I had the little thing appear as I came in, it didn't say arrival successfully detected, but it did say, like, Sand 5, land on blue line. They want the trailers up to the blue line. This is, I was hoping that it would give me like a geofence, because I do have the app running, even though it's not, the app is running, but the app still thinks I'm in Poway waiting for a trailer that doesn't exist. So that's where we're at. But there's just no geofence thing. That's the little screen grab I always get of arrival successfully detected. How do you get that when the app isn't working? So curious to see. 155. I gotta wait on this truck. I'm hoping I get my Y check-in the next 4 minutes so that it proves that I was here. But if not, I took a picture with my other phone, and fortunately for me, I travel with a mobile film studio. So let's see if I make it up here in the next 4 minutes. My Lewis. Honestly, I'm so glad this happened, because there's some nights where I just don't feel like taking the camera with me. I kind of sit there and wonder, like, I wonder if anything's good of note is going to happen. I mean, it's a lot of this is real boring, but night like tonight, you know, hopefully somebody can learn something from this. I'm getting ready to just let this camera run. I'm going to probably edit through a lot of this stuff as, like, fast forward or cut it out or anything. I'm just going to let it run and see where this turns out. But here's what I got to do. I mean, the app still has me thinking I'm at DSD8, no trailer available. My only option there is to get help and request a callback, which I've done. You know, I can go in here and say, like, let's see here, help. I can say, you know, report an issue, app issue, app is stuck. And I love how in their solution here, the finger points back to me on everything. It's like, well, restart the app to clear the session. If that doesn't work, log out and do your credentials. Be sure that the app is updated to the latest version. Like, I don't do that. I mean, it's just like one of those things. If issues still persist, restart the phone. Yeah, the problem is my phone. And then, if applicable, please ensure you have completed pre-registration. Like, it's like everything they point the finger back at me. Here's where it's frustrating, though. Like, what's my part in tonight? I showed up at DSD8. Let's go to trips here. Love this little, love the little red clock next to that. We're going to get to that in a minute. But, I mean, my part in tonight is I showed up to DSD8 to start this load with a working phone, everything ready to go at 12:16. I wasn't due there till 12:28. The rest of the stuff, like, this is one. I accept no responsibility in this. This is all on Amazon. And, you know, that's my part in this. Now let's talk about that little red clock. I immediately, as soon as I disconnect from the trailer, I come over here and it's like, well, let's just see what they've done to my performance. Always at 100%. Always. Kind of pride myself on that. This is my rolling 6 weeks. I don't care about that. Let's go to the last 7 days. Apply that. On time, 100. Acceptance, 100. App usage, 76.7%. And it's just one of those things where, you got to be preparing for this, because it's just one of those things. I don't even, I mean, I may seem down, but, like, I mean, this is, like, amusing to me at this point. It's like, okay, so I didn't use the app going there, and it's like, okay, well, let's view the details of that. Where are they dinging me from? They're dinging me on the load tonight from DSD8 to Sand 5. Happened on 3/29. There's no trailer attached at origin. There's no checkout. There, all this stuff. So, I mean, I'm getting ready to do a bunch of stuff. I mean, number one, I'm going to call ROC and find out, like, or I'm going to request a callback and be like, hey, the app's hung up. I've done everything. Next step is I'm going to do this payment dispute, performance dispute. And like I said, I'm going to let the camera go. This may take a minute, but I'm going to work through this and get this all straightened out. I'm going to leave tonight with my grade at my rolling 7 days at a 76.7. Make no mistake, it's not going to get resolved, but I'm going to lay the groundwork to get it resolved. I can't even be upset. Like, I mean, I got this wonderful dog with me. I know this is all going to get worked out, but this is just, what's that? The struggle is real. This is the struggle. Probably the absolute most boring video I've ever made. I don't know how much of this I'm going to have to edit out to not make this into a 2-hour video. If you're with me this far, man, hats off to you. If any of these steps that I've done, if you're sitting there thinking like this didn't make sense or I have no idea how to do that, be sure and like hammer those details down. I mean, this is I hate to accuse Amazon of stuff, but this has happened to me so many times. I mean, like I'm upset, but I'm not even like, I got this wonderful dog laying here with me. I mean, I'm not even, I've been in this situation so many times. It's hard for me to get like emotionally invested in it. Like the first time this happened to me, it like ruined my night, ruined my day. It's kind of like I know what my next step is. The thing you have to be preparing for with Amazon is, and you know, you can hear with like all the phone calls and all the stuff, it's so compartmentalized. It's like, you know, the funny thing is, the one thing I don't have a recording of, they actually called me, ROC Brokerage called me a 4th time offering me more work. And it's like, I mean, it's like, I need to get this app thing taken care of first. I mean, there's no point in me even booking anything if my app's hung up, because every leg of that trip that I were to accept is just going to come up as like an app not usage type of thing. And it's like, I already know what performance disputes I need to do. I don't want to create more work for myself. So this event kind of clipped my wings as far as, you know, making any additional money tonight. I'm not even that upset about it though, because I've been in this position so many times. If any step in this seems unfamiliar or you're not prepared for it, just know that this is what you need to be preparing for. If you don't get the content from me, get it from somebody. This stuff happens all the time. I'd hate for you to think that I just show up every day and la-di-da, the Amazon just goes my way all the time. Nothing could be further than the truth. So definitely be planning on this. I'll probably make a follow-up video as far as like how the performance dispute, how many steps, what steps I took to do and everything. But I'm going to end this one here because this one is too boring, too long, and if you're with me still, I appreciate you, but man, so glad this happened so that I could share it with you. As always, I hope this video serves you well. Appreciate you for watching. Take care. Come on, Lou. You're a good boy. Come here. You're a good boy. I usually try to end these with a fun little cutscene. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm home. I'm home. It's 4:47. App still thinks I'm in Poway.